What is up, music lovers? Severia from Severia Music Studios. Thank you for tuning in again to another installment. If I didn't have this footage, I would think I was dreaming because here in studio, I have a dynamic duo right here. This is Mr. B. Charles and Jayman.
Yeah.
Yo, what up?
And I'll tell you exactly why it is so special to have him in studio right now. I met this gentleman at the Cape Town, the Cape Town under wide competition at Nomad at the quarterfinals, and not long after, I just knew I was gonna be working with this gentleman, and it just got off to a great start where I assisted in shooting his music video, which has been on the charts, top 40.
Hot FM.
Shout out, and along the way, during that production, I met Mr. Jayman, who is the architect in putting this whole sound together when it comes to production and to the film editing. Guys, it is an absolute honor and privilege to have you all here. I'm still actually beside myself. I said as soon as your song started taking off, I gotta get you in here right away before you're out of the reach. I'll see you on freaking espresso in the morning and
hopefully soon.
Let's just hope for the best, but
let's just hope. Look, it took us a while just to get our music on South African radio station.
Yeah.
Well, the biggest one in actual fact, because it's hot, it's good hope that we gunning for the most. You know what I mean? And obviously with your help assisting us on the video that day.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Like we really
like a little bit,
like, you know what I mean. But thank you for coming in that day and being so available and being so present, you know what I mean. And
I was absolutely willing. But we're gonna get to the detail of that. But first thing I'd like to know, and what the people would really want to know about you guys, how did you guys meet?
Well, we actually meet years back.
We got talking before this interview started. It was actually in high school.
Yeah, we actually met in high school. So me and B have a mutual friend. B actually sang in a boy band with the mutual friend. I actually was making
we used to do those type of things.
And then I actually made, I couldn't sing, so I needed a singer. So I was making beats, very bad beats, I mean, just starting out, making beats.
Right.
And so, I was actually a rapper before then, but then there was no beats, so I started making beats, became more interested in the beats, and I got somebody to sing for me, for my songs that you'll never hear. So
That's where we singing. So with the singing with you, where did that kind of start?
Look, we grew up very, very poorly, and we were never allowed to go into the shops. My mom went to go do shopping and whatever the case might be. And it started with me singing in front of the ShopRite and my brother, and then people started throwing money at my feet. And then I knew from that point onwards, that is the direction that we needed to go to, you know what I mean? Because we found beauty in the struggle. We made anything work. My brother would start making a beat wherever, and I would just start singing in the house or in the room. Because we never had much, so we would always have each other.
All right, let's just get this clear, people. What you just explained to me is that not being, that fortunate when going into the shops. I know what it's like as well, where it was just sometimes a rule. Mom say, wait outside.
Yeah, wait in front there, because if you want a packet of chips and I can't give it to you, I'll be gonna look, that disappointment on the face. So yeah.
But what you're saying is you and your brother just stood outside. He would beatboxing or making beats somehow. You started singing. So it basically turned to involuntary basking kind of thing, and people just started throwing change at you.
Left, right, and center. My mom came out of the shop checking what is the commotion outside, and she saw little boys doing their thing.
Mommy, sweets for days.
That was the start. And I knew from that point onwards that music was going to be everything.
But like you mentioned, now you were lucky to have him, push you for especially to write your own stuff. So, but tell me, with the creation side, where did that start, and how does that inspire? Where does your inspiration come from?
My inspiration, it can come from everything or anything. Like I could be looking at a painting, I could be hearing somebody's story, just somebody I happen to speak to. I could even go to the shop, and just see somebody, begging for money, and then it could range from that. So depending on where the inspiration come from, that is going to ultimately determine what type of song I'm going to make.
But you mentioned that you're also a rapper. So
yes, that's how it started. I mean, I started, I started very young, and the thing is, at that point, you don't have people who can give you beats. I mean, you're not aware of these things. You just hear music on the radio and just think, these people obviously studied and they have labs on in the in laboratory, and they actually designing this beats like professionally. But then, like, for me, it's like, my mother bought us our first PC. I mean, that was years back. And then my cousin brought me FL Studio, which is Fruity Loops 3.0 or something like. I mean, way back.
One of the early.
I mean, I promise you,
versions,
that time Fruity Loops was a joke. I mean, if they told you a beat sound like Fruity Loops, you must take offense to it, I think that's why they changed it to FL Studio now.
Yeah.
It's now Studio.
Yeah. So I want to ask you guys how far this thing has kind of taken you musically. But first, I want to ask you. I just happened to do a little research on you, and I come to know that you went overseas for a little while.
A little while, let's say 6 years.
6 years. That's high school plus a bonus,
Yeah.
Plus your leap year.
So yeah, I remember this day like it was yesterday.
You were doing Michael Jackson basically.
Yeah, I was a sold out show.
If I had a dream.
Sold out show. We would land on the island of Mallorca, Spain.
Spain, that's where you went to.
Spain. And we would land on the island on the same day that we land there. We would land about say 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. We would go pack our suit because we would need to travel with our suit, with our show costume, everything.
Right.
In our hand luggage.
Right.
So if our main luggage got lost to hell with it, we must go on stage tonight, you know what I mean? And we were sold out, but we used to do like 42 shows a month. We used to do 38 shows to 40 shows a month, and it was crazy. But we were blessed in that sense, and I did a tribute to Michael Jackson, yeah.
But how did it feel when you got, let's just put this little caption right here, and tell us how it felt when Hard says that your song's been part of the playlist and it's now part of the top 40.
Let me tell you a story how that got into.
You gotta get
yeah. I can talk a lot. Sorry, my nickname is Becky's people.
Don't worry, I'll take that part out. Yeah.
My wife said, "Look, we go to this place in Wembley in Athlone to get something to eat." You know what I mean? And Hot happened to be there at that particular venue.
Right.
And my wife said, "Go up to Lunga to go take a picture with him."
Okay,
you know what I mean? Go network. Show your face. You know what I mean? And I go up to Lunga and I ask Lunga, could I take a picture with you, please, my brother? He says, "No, definitely." And he turns to me and I tell him, "No, I'm a singer-songwriter." He says, "Yes. And I said, "No, I'm Brandon Charles." He says, "Oh, yes. You sent me something. Yeah, I sent you 2 emails and you haven't replied."
Oh.
And I turned around and I smiled and I said, "Don't worry, my brother. I understand. We all got things to do. I'm patient." Randomly, he called me up. He says, "Hi, Brandon. This is Lunga from Heart FM." And I'm like, "I thought it was my friend Lunga, the comedian.
Right,
Lunga
yeah.
Chunks, my friend." And I was like, "Yo, Lunga, how you doing, brother?" And I says, "No, I'm well." I said, "Lunga." I did this. I said, "Lunga." I said, I got a shock. I was like Lunga. Like, I said, "Oh my God." Like, he said, "Chill, brother." He's such a smooth guy, on the radio.
Smooth
like,
talker,
he's
promise
smooth.
you,
He's
amazing.
so smooth, man. He's such a great guy in person as well. He's such an amazing guy. He says, "Chill, brother, chill." And I said, "I'm gonna swear." I was like, "Oh my!" And he said, "Am I on air? Am I on air?" He told me, No, chill. You're not on air yet. Don't worry.
I was about to ask.
And he called me, told me, "Look, I'm calling you back in 6 minutes time. Then we go on air. I'm gonna playlist your song." And oh my God, I started crying. I was like, "Oh." And the first thing I wanted to do was call Jason, but Jason's phone is off.
You must know I'm always,
And obviously we went through the interview. I spoke about the song. Obviously wanted to know. I see the messages about Cape Town, and I just said it's about appreciativeness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like just appreciating Cape Town. We get the opportunity to wake up and breathe fresh air again.
Yeah.
And we are by God graced with another opportunity to try something new in our lives, and we just happen to be in the mother city, the place that everyone wants to come to in the world.
Yeah, that's the people's probably going to listen to our other music going forward. But the thing is, like, one thing that we do is to stay true to who we are. I mean, even in the song, I talk a lot about the things that we faced with. The thing is this though, Cape Town is not a bad place, I mean, it's just like with any situation in life, it can change, and I think when people, especially, I'm not going to mention names on any artists or anything like that, but when people talk about Cape Town, especially in the rap industry, they always talk about the promoting and glorifying like gangsterism and, these things. I don't know if it's like some sort of, to make you feel good,
Just
type
the
of
hype,
thing.
just the hype up.
But I think, I mean, look, kids are being raised by this music. Kids listen to this music, and I feel like if you can obviously make them sing a different tune, they're actually going to feel different. They're gonna inspire each other. So I feel like Cape Town is not a bad place at all.
But, and here's the last thing that I always ask every artist that is here on the couch with me, willing to spend some time, is what message can you give to the aspiring South African artists, our local people, coming up in this industry?
Do you want to
What
go
message-
first? Or
Yeah, I'll go
What
first.
can you say
Like-
for producers?
Yeah, young producers, right? One thing that I'm always asked these days, when you start making beats and you're meeting more people, and then they ask you questions, which is certain questions is, what software do you use? How do you do this? How do you do? It's fine if you ask me these things, but the main point that I want to bring across is don't worry how you make your beats. I mean, if you do it on the phone app, if you record on a live band, I mean, at the end of the day, you working your craft. It's silly to actually think that because of a certain software that you use, which is industry standard, that you're going to make it big. It's the same to say, if you have a business degree, that you're going to obviously be a CEO of, let's say, Apple. Doesn't work like that.
Yeah. We have two. There can't be 100 Beyoncés. There can't be 100 John Legends. So be yourself. Up until you know who you are, you cannot know what you can become. So that is the best advice I can give anyone. Be yourself. Portray yourself in your music. Write. Do you first. Don't do anybody else. If you feel like swearing in your songwriting, do it. Get it out up until you figure out a way to get your message across better. Always work on yourself. Never on trying to be someone else. Work on yourself, number one. So that's what I could tell.
That is all inspiring and so powerful. But that is not all that we're gonna hear from this duo right here. They are actually here exclusively to perform. So what are we gonna hear today?
She Gon Love Me.
Oh, I never would have thought. That's an exclusive right here in Severe Music Studios. I had it here first. To all the networks out there, I had it first. So we're actually gonna hear the one that has been playing on the radio for weeks, and I'm just honored to have them here in Severe Music Studios. Thank you so much for coming,
Thank
guys.
you for
That
having
was
us. Thank you for having us, my brother.
We're gonna bring it back home though.
You got Beat Charles and Jayman on the track. Let's go.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey.
Hit 'em beat. Hey.
She's gonna love me, love me, love me. She's gonna love me.
She gon' love me, she gon' love me.
She's gonna
Hey.
love me, love me, love me. She's gonna love me.
She gon' love me, she gon' love me.
She's gonna
Hey.
love me, love me, love me. She's gonna love me.
Hey. She gon' love me, she gon' love
She's
me.
gonna
Hey.
love me, love me, love me. She's gonna love me.
Hey,
Yeah.
yeah, she took me in like all people who need a hope. Set the table for the city, mountain views and X and O's. I mean, love for the thought that we could have exploded. And I know you set your lighthouse bright by the ocean. I'm distracted. I'm losing focus and people selling you out. The ones who claim to be your children. I'm distracted, I'm flawed. In fact, I'm broken, but I'll never sell you out. You taught me to keep composure. You always made me believe that I was chosen. Always represent you against all my opponents. And even though I got overlooked, cause I'm no poser, you taught me not to beat myself up just for exposure. Locally it's lekker, that's what I say at them shows. But if that make you big, I will take down on your vultures. Do it for the legacy and do it for the culture. Do it for the memories and do it for the
She's
prosper.
gonna love me, love me, love me. She's gonna love me.
She gon' love me, she gon'
She's
love me.
gonna
Hey.
love me, love me, love me. She's gonna love me.
She gon' love me, she gon'
She's
love me.
gonna
Hey.
love me, love me, love me. She's gonna love me.
She gon' love me, she gon' love
She's
me.
gonna
Hey.
love me, love me, love me. She's gonna love
Hit him,
me.
hit him, hit him.
She's gonna love me if I never reach that top.
True.
She told me to shine on me until my heart stopped.
Hey.
She's gonna love me even when I lose it all.
Yeah.
You might stumble, but you can never fall.
Hey.
She's gonna love me even when I walk alone.
Alone.
She's gonna love me when I'm back up in the zone.
Hey.
She's gonna love me unconditionally.
Hey.
She told me that
Hey.
love is
Hey.
where the heart is.
Hit him.
She's gonna love me, love me, love me. She's gonna love me.
Hey, she gon' love me, she gon' love me.
She's gonna
Hey.
love me, love me, love me. She's gonna love me. Yo, this is Beat Charles.
And this is Jayman right here live at Severo Music Studios.
One rhythm, one life, man.
Yeah, please subscribe right down below. Woo.